pour développement international Amérique, Bureau assistance des as l'autre pays.
I want to say a pleasant good evening to all of you. Again, it's Monday and we have our program I Write. And we want to say a big shout out, a good evening, pleasant good evening to the executive director, Misha Brown. I know that you're listening. I know you're tuned in for tonight. You were supposed to join me this evening. I was quite excited. And, well, we know because of the weather, you're not here with me. But I'm sure you are going to have a good time with me this evening. It's 92.1, 91.1, and we're streaming live on GVD, our sister television station, channel 115. That's happening this evening. And I'm going to play the episode for this evening, after which we will have the discussion on what transpired in the episode. I know last week we had a lot to say, and I'm sure this week it's going to be a little more. But before I do so, our studio line is not available this evening. So the WhatsApp for this evening is 519-6270. Again, the WhatsApp to call or send your messages is 519-6270. This is the WhatsApp that you're going to be using for this evening to send all your messages, all your comments. You can send it to this WhatsApp message, 519-6270. And our phone lines are 458-2488. Again, 458-2488. So sit back, relax, and listen to this episode of I Write.
Previously on I Write.
Oh, and Gaza, you breaking my hand!
Calm yourself. Gaza Lincoln, you raised your hand on me. You must be out of your mind. You telling me about Makume, and yet you can't stop beating woman? What's that?
To hell if you want, and your nasty ways!
Himliga, sugar, shiska, babla. You have to put 3 drops in his coffee. First thing in the morning, and 3 drops in the middle of his head while he's sleeping. Nobody, Jamed person, will be able to steal him from you. So, sound come away.
Lincoln, no! I tell you already, I cannot support that kind of lifestyle. You and your daughter will have to figure out where she will find accommodation when she arrives. This moment I laid eyes on her.
So you said her. Okay, so we clear on the homo thing. Who was that? I want to know before I leave. Who was that?
Your mother, Kina.
My mother? Hey, so pal, since you want my mother, I should call you daddy.
I did not say I wanted her.
But you like her. Actually, you say you're in love with her.
Well, anyway, you get the picture.
So, as I was saying, if you love my mother so much, why haven't you done anything to help your situation?
What situation?
You know well. You know what I'm talking about, Uncle Wen.
Seriously? Your dad says your mom is okay every time I ask him. She's okay.
But you know she's not okay.
I did not say I wanted her.
But you like her. Oh, actually, you as say a policeman, in love with her. A good one, I hope. What can you do to help my mom? And my God, what about other people that are like my mother?
That's a complicated situation, Kina.
What do you mean?
You see, Lincoln is my best friend. And
what? So you can't let your best friend down? You're going to wait for him to kill my mother? You just started saying how much you cared for her, and now...
Kina, take it easy. It's not like I saying I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just weighing the pros and cons. He's my good friend, Kina.
But he's hurting the only one you say you love. But forget all that. Even as a guide of the law, even if you had absolutely no feelings, nothing, zilch, would you not try to help somebody in need?
Yeah, but it depends, Kina.
On what?
Well, on many things.
Like what? People like you and me need to stand up and do something. We have to do something.
Kina, it is not as simple as you think.
But how you mean? You know of the abusive situation, you come in, collect the perpetrator, and arrest him. Put him in the calaboose.
Calaboose. Man, people doesn't say that again.
Oh, and I'm serious.
Okay, Kina. You have to make a report. And the body must show signs of the person being abused.
And what if there are no visible signs? And there are.
Well...
So, you mean to tell me you've never seen my mother's face? You never look into her eyes and see the despair? Man, I think mommy's afraid of her own husband, the father of her own children.
And you will have to provide evidence.
Of what?
The abuse.
So you mean to tell me I'm supposed to be checking my parents all the time with a camera? That's dumb. I never know when daddy will strike.
Well, that's true. But listen, I will do everything in my power to make sure Cynthia is protected. It's just that I cannot do anything in my power right now. My hands are tied.
So that means we have to wait until he kills my mother.
Kina, it's not like that.
Then tell me, what is it like? Because I cannot bring myself to understand what you say.
Kina, all I am trying to say is, once we get to the nitty-gritty, it all boils down to the law. I cannot just walk in your parents' house and arrest your father. First, your mother has to want to press charges. Wait a minute. Have they sought counseling?
I've tried counseling. In fact, I've made an appointment with them for Father Wilson. Mommy is up to it, but you know daddy, he say counseling is for bookfu.
She's just like Lincoln. You too, you need to.
I still can't believe it. How lucky I am running into you here, Eve.
I guess it must mean my trip back can start with some good blessings, Father Ralston. I really need that.
It has been a long time, Eve? But seriously, you really afraid that your father will do what exactly?
That he will kill me.
And why do you think like that?
From the way he keeps talking against everything that makes me who I am.
Listen, I have known your father for quite a long time. And most times, he just makes empty threats.
Father, I've seen my dad's attitude change like night and day. I wouldn't put anything on him. Do you know that when he was a police officer, he put a gun next to my mother's neck? I saw it with my own two eyes. You don't know my father like I do.
My child, you are not alone in this. God never gives us too much that we cannot handle.
But Father, it is as if my whole life I have been trying to prove that I am somebody, a real person with feelings. I have been a good daughter, obeyed and respected my parents, cared for my siblings. All that even gets me on my nerves sometimes.
But Eve, all these things are good. These are commendable things.
But not many people recognize that, Father. I'm a really good person. I do not steal, gossip. I mean, whatever they may call wrong. However, I feel I am trapped, as if I'm in a closet and can't break out.
My dear, I know what you mean.
You do? Well, I should have known that if anyone understood, that it would have been you.
You see, I made a choice a very long time ago to serve God. And sadly, the paths that we live and who we want to be may not sit well with others. But enough about me. You spoke about the closet. Do you think you're in a closet?
No, I am in a cage. My father alone wants to dictate what I do with my life, and I cannot allow him. My soul is not free because of my dad.
So, do you think you'll be able to find a place to stay in the meantime?
Well, my mom said my father will never find out where I am, since he never really checks the room downstairs. But Father, something tells me he would find out. And then what? Father.
Yes, Eve?
Can I tell you something that I've never told anyone? Never? Not even my mother, my sister, my brother or friend?
What is it, my dear?
Sometimes I feel like I could just kill myself.
Oh, no, my child. No. Don't ever think of that as a choice. That is a choice we should never have to make. There is always a better solution.
But sometimes I'm too gravely misunderstood. I remember standing at the bow of the ship and looking at my reflection in the water, thinking, why am I this way? Why can't my dad love me? Why can't I be normal like everybody else?
But Eve, you are normal like everyone else. You are loved by God just like everyone else. But you are also unique. And that is the beauty in each and every one of God's creations.
But I get upset each time. And I see my dad, I can't. But I do have some good male friends.
Well, that is okay too. But about suicide, please, before that thought ever crosses your mind, know that you always have a friend. A friend that sticketh closer than any brother.
Yes, Father.
Now about your trip.
Father, look, I see my friend looking for me. He's there.
You better go and check him out before he leave and don't see you.
Oh, I go leave. Okay, we'll chat again. Thank you, Father. Oh, my boy!
Girl,
nice to see you.
A long time. It's nice to see you again. A friendly face is all I needed to see around here again.
I know what you mean. Working on the ship is so hard.
I can only imagine.
Boy, meat worker is work and more work. Man, it feels so good to be home and away from all that stress. But then, more stress.
Me so sweet with your father.
What has he done now?
But Eve, you know how it has been with you. I have.
So, you met my father? I see.
Girl.
How did you actually meet my father?
Girl. You don't want to know.
Yes, tell me now.
Girl. That night, well, the first time I was at Owen's club. Missy, look, Roro. You know how I like to dress fly and all already.
Yes, sir. You and your also fly self, always getting into trouble.
Girl, you have no idea. Let me teach you the dirt.
Okay.
Woman. Some haters followed me and almost beat me to the mat. But Mr. George, of course I did not really know him at the time.
My father?
Girl, in the flesh.
What did he do?
Child, wait now.
Okay.
Your beloved papa came rushing to my rescue.
What?
That is before he understood. If you know what I mean. I mean, why do these people think that if you touch a gay person, you automatically become gay or something? Or that some mystic force, you become some or one of these aliens?
Actually, I had an episode on the ship myself.
What happened?
Some people actually believe that we have no morals and that I would prostitute myself. I am not a jummet.
I get you. And I know that too. But you said you don't want to fall in love, and you know, with all these tapestries that go with it.
Yeah, but not only that. I am not seeking a relationship with all Jenny, Jessica and Janet that come across my path. My parents taught me values. I do not have to explain my choices to anybody.
So what happened?
Well, I was minding my own business on the ship. My own business. And somehow, I noticed a woman.
A worker?
Yes, one of my colleagues. But we're not in the same department. She was just macroing me all the time. Even during my time off the ship, she would always be on all my excursions. But she made sure to try to hide herself. But they think I'm stupid.
So what did you do?
I would pretend to do something and see her watching me like a hawk. When I turn, she pretending like she working. The woman has been stalking me, Al. Sometimes I hear footsteps near my door and a shadow stands right there.
One thing. Tell me where go and look, eh?
Boy, me? You think I'm stupid?
Wait. The things we have to go through, girl.
But you see, it's not just that. We are ostracized because of who we love. And some people are parading about the place like imposters. I will not just go about the place following anybody. I respect people, Al. I see people as human and I will not violate anyone's rights. Why can't I have the same respect?
Eve, tell that to your father.
Boy, my father is another story. I don't know what is his beef. From a young girl, I have never found interest in a boy. I was always by myself, and he always had a problem with that.
Well, sad to say, but me too. From since I was a little boy, people just used to ridicule me.
What I know for sure is that I never liked anybody to shout at me. And boy, look short my father to shout. Although not at me, eh? Actually, my father never really beats me. But I did not like how he treated my mom, and vowed never to get involved with either a man or a woman like that. I don't want that stress in my life, Al. And look what I heard about the young man in Dennery. What job, eh?
Girl, you see that self? People must understand that everybody has feelings. No matter what. We all have feelings. That one touched me big time.
Me too.
Imagine the pain.
God alone knows, Al. My heart is so heavy.
Eve, you just have to find the strength. Somehow, some way. But look now, you're going back in the same situation you don't want to be in.
My mom is there, Al. And Evan and his wife have enough on their plates. And by the way, Daddy, I know I am home because Mommy going to let me stay downstairs in the storage place. Daddy does not go down there again, and she says she fixed it nice.
But how that going to be possible? I mean, the man not going to know what's going on in his own home?
I don't know, eh? But it's my parents, my house. I'll have every right to be there as anybody else.
Girl, I agree.
So we have our episode of I Write. It's episode 8, and we are going to have a little discussion, but as usual, I am the one who always start, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts on some of the topics. Tonight I'm multitasking as usual, ensuring that I get the comments and messages from everybody. Remember, the WhatsApp for tonight is 519-6270. 519-6270. I'm just going to recap. Keena is at home with her mother. She's complaining to Cynthia about a smell in the house. After her mother asked her to forget about it, they move first to conversation about Stephen and then about Owen. While they're talking, Eve arrives home, surprising them both. They ask how did she get home, and she explained that she was picked up from the airport by Al. Now, in tonight's episode, you can hear the issues, or I want to talk on one of the issues that is very, very prevalent in St. Lucia. And I want to say good evening to the LGBT community, united and strong. They hosted a pride function, a pride health workshop on Saturday in the William Peter Boulevard, where they were sensitizing persons about the LGBT community, and they had other groups and organizations who partnered with them to do some of the health issues that was on Saturday. But in tonight's episode, you can hear Eve and Al speaking on the issue of discrimination and gender-based violence, or what you could say is the discrimination of persons of different choices. And I'm speaking about the LGBT community, where persons have not accepted Al for who he believes he would like to be, or what he would like to be. And they are discussing the fact that Lincoln does not appreciate Al and is very upset because of his choice. Now, Saturday we were in the boulevard, and I was hosting the activity, and one guy passed, and I know him very, very well, and he said, "Bagay bou la sa la ek bagay fam kapwe fam masa ek tout se moun la ki ka tout se moun la ki an day yo too." In English, that gay thing that's happening here, he's not going to participate, and everybody who's in there at the moment is part and parcel of that. Now, of course, you know me, I don't have time. And I took him on and said, not because somebody is there, it means it is what they're doing. It's their lifestyle. I can support and I will support each person for his or her choice. And I'm going to respect their choices. I will respect their choices based on their reason for wanting to be the way they are. Who are you to judge? And Saturday, the pride flag went up, and as I was told, and I'm hoping that Jessica is going to call me this evening and explain to St. Lucia what the pride flag and the pride celebration was all about on Saturday. It's where the persons and the people of the LGBT community can express themselves and feel the pride and joy of being able to exercise themselves as human beings, as having the same rights as all of us. They are human beings. And we tend to discriminate for whatever reason or the other. If you know you're not like that, whatever people do should not bother you. You stay in your section. And you can hear Al and Eve speaking about the issue. Speaking on the issue, about the issue. And I'm going to stick on it this evening because I was very happy to host the activity on Saturday. And yes, persons assumed because I was hosting the activity, I am part of the United and Strong. I don't have to be part of any organization to do the work that I am best at. As a master of ceremonies, no matter who call you to do a job, you go, you do the job, and you do it to the best of your ability. Why must we discriminate? Why? Why is it that it is hard for some of you to respect other people's choices and opinion? And you can hear Al and Eve speaking about our Denry brother who took his life because he was not accepted. Persons did not like him. Persons were looking down at him because he chose that lifestyle and led him to committing suicide. Is that the society that we want to bring? Is that how we want St. Lucia to be? That young people who are trying to find themselves will be able to speak and get the help that they need? Is that what we want? Saturday, I sat and I listened to the passerbyers. Some of them who wanted to get their blood pressure, and they wanted to check the cholesterol, but because they response to Bible Salamade, so they passed straight. They passed straight and they did not check the pressure because of that. They did not. I don't have to be in their community for me to host the activity. It was a health fair. And you had Dr. Bird, who was part of it. You had the Commonwealth Youth Peace Ambassadors, who are I'm speaking of peace in young people. They were there. You had healthcare workers who were part of it. That is what. So it is not because that it was organized by United and Strong. It means everybody there was united or part of United and Strong. But they are united and strong in building a healthier nation. That is what it is. Remember, the phone lines here are 519-6270. It is the WhatsApp platform. And you can call us at 458-2488. Our phone line is 458-2488. That's our phone line, and WhatsApp for tonight is 519-6270. Yes. So it is something that is happening. It is sad that it's happening in our St. Lucia. And I'm going to get the phone lines. We have a call on line. We're going to take the first call. Caller, can you hear me? Just a second. I'm trying to get you in. Go ahead, caller. Can you hear me? Okay. Let's see. I think I'm having a little issue. Can you hear me, caller? Please check your Wi-Fi, and mine is a little under the weather. I'm not sure if it is because of the weather. The Wi-Fi is actually giving just a little issue. 458-2488. My Wi-Fi, my it's saying connecting, and it's just saying connecting. Let's see if I can get that caller. No. Call me at 458-2488. This is the line. There you go. I think I'm getting through. Let's see. Okay, caller, I'm guessing it is your Wi-Fi. You need to check the area you're in, because I am hearing the phone ringing, but it's just saying connecting. So we might have to resort to another form of communication. I hate when that happens to us. Let's see. So as I was saying, we need to stop discriminating. Stop looking down at people. Yes, caller, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah, you seem very upset and angry tonight, I must say.
I'll tell you why I'm angry tonight, caller. When I heard the person who said it, and his comments were people of high society and hierarchy in that, and he was looking at the group of us who were present at the function on Saturday, right. and he just made his assumption right there and then. So it's like He's just calling all of us, he's classing all of us as gay.
But you know the sad thing is that, Mervyn, and even in terms of my experience with the LGBT community, the moment you associate yourself with someone who is perceived to be of a different sexual orientation, there seems to be the belief that you are that orientation. You understand? And for intelligent people, and I love the fact that you said, somebody who may be in a position in our society who may seem to be intelligent or may seem to have some kind of influence. And I think this is the same thing that in tonight's episode I was feeling, that, that it is so hard to be who he wants to be and be open about it because of people like that who made the very comment that you were talking about. They would not see somebody, for example, let's say someone is perceived to be LGBT, walking with another person who perceived to be for want of a better word, straight. I don't like using the word straight because when you say somebody is straight, you mean the other person is crooked. You understand?
I agree.
And crooked seems to have a negative connotation. So I prefer using somebody who's of the heterosexual persuasion.
Right.
They would never say that the person who is gay is trying to be heterosexual, There's always the fact that the heterosexual person seems to be turning gay, like being gay is sort of like an infection. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be careful that you don't catch that infection.
Right.
And so I think this is what, when I heard the conversation between Eve and Al, and you could hear the pain both in Eve's voice, and even when Eve was speaking, I think, to Father Ralston, I think it was.
Yes.
She spoke about the issue of, she feels like killing herself. And then they even spoke about the incident in Dennery. And that incident, I think, really touched a lot of people's hearts. But, sadly, I want to be very open and unbridled here. I think we have a lot of hypocritical people here who played that they were so taken aback and saddened by the fact that this young man took his life. You understand? And then I could guarantee you the very next day, most of them went back to being in the same person that they were.
True.
True.
And
then I saw all the comments, and I heard comments from certain political persons. But the very next day, they would go back and do the very same thing that they're like, oh no, this young man, the way society treated him, and it was so hard. And I think this is the very same way that Eve has been feeling, and Al is feeling.
Right.
People would say one thing, something happens, something tragic happens, and they're also comforting. And next day, they go back to being the very same.
They pretend, caller, they pretend to sympathize with you because of the situation at the moment, but as soon as you turn your back or the family turns their back, they are on a different role. They are the ones who call you the same names that they're saying. Why is it they were calling him that?
Precisely. And I really want people to understand. I mean, the fact that, and this episode seems to have a lot of conversation with the LGBT community, and even when you heard Father Ralston, who spoke about, that in the eyes of God, everyone, is the same. I mean, to that what he was saying.
Right.
That it is, you don't choose to be heterosexual.
Right.
When you're born, you feel a certain way about another person. It's not something you say, well, you know what, I feel like I like girls today, and tomorrow, you know what, I feel like I like fellas tomorrow. It's not a switch you turn off and on. Your sexuality, who you are, is part of you. It cannot be, I'm switching it off today, and I'm saying what you could do. People tend to suppress who they are because of the issues in society, and I think that's what Al has been trying to do, and Eve is doing, suppressing the fact that, this is who I am at the end of the day. And it sometimes comes with so many other issues that I think Eve is speaking about, her suicidal thoughts, because even going to her father is a difficult thing.
True. And it's sad, caller, that persons of the LGBT community who would like to be themselves are afraid because they don't know who and what will happen to them if they just express themselves. You have some of them who are bold and don't give don't care what people say, and they're able to handle the situation. But you have those who do not have the support, and we're talking about especially that Henry boy. You can see in his messages that he left behind after committing suicide that he knew he did not have the support of his family, and it sent him to committing suicide.
Yeah, one of the things because I did pass by the in the boulevard for a brief while. I came to do an assignment, but apparently things were not put in place. But one of the things I was really happy about Mervyn is to see young people who were actually taking photos with the flags and persons who were performing. I don't know the sexual orientation of any of these young people.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's not about people's sexual orientation.
Exactly.
I love the way you said it. They were united and strong in terms of a cause to having a better St. Lucia.
That is right.
And not everybody who's associated with United and Strong belongs to the LGBT community.
Right.
You know, and again, the ignorant is like saying, you know what, because I attend the Seventh-day Adventist church, it doesn't mean that I'm a Seventh-day Adventist Christian.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I go to the Catholic church, it means that I'm a Catholic Christian.
Right.
So again, the ignorance of our people, you know, it's so sad that but these young people are young people who understand that they themselves may be of that orientation. They may have family members, they may have friends, or they just want to support the cause. That as a young person, as an individual in St. Lucia, you should be able to express who you are as a person and not have any fear that somebody decides to call you name, bully you on social media, or for whatever, sadly, you know, become violent towards you. But I was very happy to see that, you know, these young people were supporting each other in public, you know, that they felt very strong about doing it.
Well said, caller. Well said.
So I want to thank you for the opportunity, and I'll keep listening.
Thank you very much, caller, for calling.
But definitely, I think your simulcast is coming across great also.
You can see me on channel 115.
Yes.
Excellent. And you can hear me clearly.
Very, very clear.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy about that. So thank you for calling.
Okay.
Thank you for calling. And I wanna stress on something the caller just said, right? It was very nice to see the young people who were out there on Saturday, and they are not part of the LGBT, or are they part of the United and Strong. They were just supporting the cause of a healthy St. Lucia, and they were out there. However, you had persons passing by chastising her, stating bagay bula sala bagay. It is not right. It is not right. And we need to stop this as St. Lucians. We need to stop. Because even though I go to the Roman Catholic Church, am I a Roman Catholic? Am I a server of that church? Because I attend the Seventh-day Adventist, am I a Seventh-days Christian? I can support people based on what they are doing. It was a healthy fair. It was a healthy fair. And person's health is one of the most important things. And we don't understand it because we are down to take on the LGBT. May I say, I'm not part of the LGBT. No. But if they're having an activity, I think that is worth supporting. Why shouldn't I? They're all human beings. And I'll come back to that part of the tonight's episode. And let me take on Owen and Keena, who's now, although her father is Lincoln, and for those of you who've been following this program, her father Lincoln is very abusive to her mother Cynthia. However, she understood, or she has just learned, that Owen is in love with her mother. Owen is a police officer. That's his work. He's a police officer serving the people of his community and his country. And he's advising Keena that in order for things to stop, the abuse to stop, Lincoln abusing his wife Cynthia must report it. Until this is not done, until Cynthia does not report the issue, then the police cannot do anything. They cannot. They cannot do a thing. Again, this domestic violence, you must have somebody to report the matter. And if you do not have somebody to report the matter, how can it be fixed? It cannot. So, Cynthia, in our previous episodes, you know that Cynthia been defending her husband, Lincoln, sorry. She's been defending him and taking all the blame for all what he has done. Cynthia is in love so much that she went to her mother to see if they can get a love potion to fix Lincoln. Yes, sadly, instead of trying to get away from Lincoln, she is trying to see how she can get a love potion to give Lincoln so he can love her. I mean, after 25 years of physical abuse and still loving your husband, I would do the same, Cynthia. I would do the same thing. I would give him that love potion and make sure he die for you, and I'd do so many things in front of him and make him eat the dust. Right? It's sad that it's this way. And Owen, who's a police officer, and we've heard in previous episodes where Owen tried to speak to Lincoln about what he's doing, and Lincoln don't give a damn. It's his life, his wife, and he can do whatever he wants. Whatever he wants, he can do. I tell you, it is something sad. It is something that is happening. It's something that we need. We need to see how it can change. I have a question. Are there any laws in our country that you think should change? And when I say change, our laws, our current laws enable persons to discriminate on specific communities, and we're talking about the LGBT. And I am the host. I'm speaking on the topic. I may not be in the LGBT, no, but it doesn't mean that I cannot speak on the topic. I respect them. It's their right. It's their choice. A message coming in. Some Lucians small-minded. If you didn't support the people function, pass straight, mind your business. Totally agree. Pass straight, mind your business. And that's what I'm saying. If I see a function and I don't want to be part of the function, all I do is keep my mouth quiet and don't say a word. Remember, you can send your comments, your WhatsApp messages on 519-6270, because my studio phone line is down. The WhatsApp studio phone line is down, so you can send the messages on 519-6270. Again, it's 519-6270, or you can call 458-2488 to share your views and your comments. I want to say good evening to Suzanne Smith in California. You tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. You can also send your messages on Facebook. I'll read it from there if you wish, if you don't have the number. Yes. St. Lucian, some St. Lucians. And what's surprising, writer, is that persons that you think that should be more mature and should be or speaking better are the ones encouraging the gossip. They are the ones encouraging the gossip. They are the ones. Now, we also have where Lincoln daughter is at his house and he refused to have his children come over. Refused. And she has to hide in a basement room just so that he will not know she's there. That's your child. And you don't want them there because you do not want them to see how you're treating their mother. And Lincoln, that is so sad. A message coming in. We need to really learn to respect people's choices. I agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. Because if you do not like somebody, you stay away from the person. And I'm saying, if you do not like somebody, stay away from the person. If you have an issue with somebody, stay away from that person. If you do not like what it is they're doing, mind your business. If you are going to give them proper advice on what you believe or perceive to be right, go ahead, do it in a professional manner. But stop discriminating. Stop it. Right? This is so sad. Another message coming in. Let me take the messages. I'll come to that one. Let me take this one first. Lincoln is an ignorant fool. We know that. We know that. Yes, we know. I want to read, and Lincoln needs to understand everybody have the choice. I have a message here, and this one says, I'm gay and proud. When I walk with my head high, because at the end of the day, no one knows your struggles and what you've been through. I take care of myself, got my own home. I make things happen. People just quick to judge you, and it's sad the way that they think. I love the fact that you accept people for who they are. It's always best to ignore the haters. Most of them are hypocrites. But we in the LGBT, we shall be just fine. We live for no one but our lives. Thank you, writer. Thank you, writer. And it is it's something else. that and that writer, he or she is stating, I don't know, proud to be in the LGBT, have his own home or her own home, right? Living a life that they chose. And we are quick to judge. Why must we judge people? Is it necessary? Is it necessary to judge people? That's the life they want to live. Let them live their life. And for those of you in the LGBT who continue to keep your head high, continue doing that. A message coming in. Some feel obligated to minding people business. They have the most energy in St. Lucia. Yes. Yes. Let me tell you, sometimes it is people's choices on what they want to do with their lives. And if they want to be in the LGBT community, that is the choice. So don't look at people and judge them. Remember, you can send your comments on 519-6270, or you can call my phone lines at 458-2488. I will read your information, or you can send me the Facebook messages and I will read it, because we have a discussion right here on Hits 92.1, 91.1. Let me tell you, for those of you who believe that other people's lives is your business, think again. Think again, because what they do with their lives, once it is not affecting you, your family, your environment, that is their business. Now I have some messages here. The pastor, I don't even want to take on the pastor for now, because yes, he's trying, he's speaking. Yeah, I'm trying to read so many of the messages and see which one. Yeah, I'm just going back to some of the messages. I'm just getting some of them. They're getting there. So we need to understand, people. We need to understand that everybody is different. Everybody is doing what it is. Everybody is living the life they choose. I choose to be an announcer. I may not be the best person. I may not be the best announcer. But I'm doing it. One day I'm going to get better. People may not like me. But if you don't like me, you don't listen. If you want to listen, you listen. It's the same way we have different radio stations. And you listen to the one that you want to. You have people who have different orientations. If you don't like them, stay away. Stay away. I have some messages coming in. Hey, Owen, he just like the others. Because that's your friend, you want to report him. So the police on the Mon got away with what he did. Another message. If I was keener, I wasn't even running talk with Owen. I'm trying to help my mother and you talking about friend and what if and but. True. But as Owen said, as a police officer, as you know, Owen is a police officer, and what he's saying, if Cynthia, who's Keena's mother, the wife to Lincoln, who's getting abused, if she does not report the matter, the police cannot do anything. She needs to be the first one to report the matter. She must report the matter for it to be resolved. From there, then the charges will be done, will be laid. That's the only way. That's the only way. And I can tell you, I am very, very sad that some people cannot accept others or who and what they're doing. It's not affecting you, yet still you're getting it involved. A message. What gets to me? The gays don't criticize our sexual orientation. So why do we criticize them? Wonderful comment. Wonderful comment. And writer, something that hit me more is some of those who are hiding and doing it, right? They are the ones, they're doing it, you know, but they're talking about other people. They're talking about other people. The gays, you hardly hear again. Well, I don't like to call them gay, but right you start that word there. They do not focus on other people's business. They're all about themselves. They're all about developing themselves. They're all about making each other. They behave like I'm sorry about this word, but the white people. I don't want to sound racist, but I'm just trying to draw a point. When you go to a workplace, and I'm talking through experience, huh? When you go into a workplace, you will see the white people for the white people. They will help each other. They will assist each other. They will bring each other up. But us black people, we fight down one another so we can get each other's position. That is what we're doing. Right? And this is how the LGBT communities, they help one another. A message coming in, the toll this is taking on Keena is unhealthy. But at the end of the day, Cynthia needs to check herself. But she in love. She tying the man, she don't need help. Writer, I'm telling you, if she tie him and make sure she gives him a dose of his own medicine, I'd be happy. And I'm hoping that the episodes to come, will bring out that she tie Lincoln and make him eat his own dust. The same thing he did to her, that she will do to him. And I'm not speaking violent. I just want to see that Cynthia give him a dose of his own medicine. Cynthia needs deliverance. No, she ain't need deliverance. It's just, I can tell you, love does that to us. Yes, a message coming. They are always on their own business. They will quicker listen and give advice than put you down. Yes, scholar, but some of them you only long to it. They're giving you a business when it's time. But they are those that you can call and ask. You can call and ask them, and they will speak to you. They will give you advice. They will. A message coming in. Members of the church, especially the pastor, would criticize members of the church because of the lifestyle they live. And here is this pastor accepting Eve for who she is. Great job. Allow persons to feel comfortable in their own body and skin. Right. That is right. Persons need to accept themselves. Persons, and we need to accept persons for who they are. Eve is sounding pissed. Another message. I once listened to Hits with Devontae, and he said he had to leave his environment and own home where he should be accepted, which is St. Lucia, to find happiness. Eve, so what makes you feel? Eve, so what makes you make you happy? I feel you. Do what makes you feel happy. Right. Yes. That is how it is. And we quick to judge people. Mr. Seabula, they don't know you from anywhere. They don't know your lifestyle. So because I walk with somebody from the LGBT community, it means I am the same way. So when I walk with a pastor, I'm a pastor. When I walk with a Catholic priest, I'm a priest. When I walk with sister, I'm a nun. Is that how life is? When I walk my dog, it's because I'm a dog. That is not life. That is not how it's supposed to be. That is wrong. That is wrong. Let us respect people, their sexual orientation, the lifestyle that they want to live. If it's bothering you, turn your head, move to the next side. And I'm hoping that, Jessica, you'll give me a call, because I really want persons to know what is the pride, the launch of pride. I want people to hear about it. I want people to be a part of pride. And you are not being part of the LGBT community. The young people who were there from the Commonwealth Youth Peace Ambassadors. Are you telling me they're in LGBT? No. They were just supporting a worthy cause. That is what they were doing. My heart went out to that family. The young boy who took his life from Dennery. all he wanted to do is be accepted for who he is. Be accepted for who he is. Another message coming in. So Owen seems to really like Cynthia, but it seems Lincoln on the more aggressive side, whilst Owen's on the slower, on the softer, law-abiding side. True. But the message writer, Owen is more a lover. He is more inclined to take care of this woman. She did not give him the chance, but he's still in love with her. And he will continue to be in love with Cynthia no matter what. Okay? And Owen, you can see Owen will take care of Cynthia if he gets that opportunity. He just needs to get the opportunity. But as you can see, Cynthia is in love with her husband, although she's been abused and abused. But she's in love with her husband, and nothing will change that. So, our episode of I Write is where we deal with issues that are affecting not only us in St. Lucia, but the wider Caribbean. And I am pleased and honored to be able to speak on these issues. Some of them I seek advice from persons who are more qualified. So when I speak properly. Another message. This one is a little lengthy, but that's good. Everyone should allow one another to live their own lives. And speaking on behalf of the LGBT, we are wonderful people with great sense of humor. Though others might judge us, we always try to be strong. We have good hearts. We end up always being strong for our peers. We don't judge straight people. There's no reason to judge us. I always pray and say, I know maybe we end doing what's right, but always ask God for forgiveness, because He's the only one who sees what we go through and will understand our reason. They're quick to say, God don't like these things. We will go to hell. And my answer to them, I bet they'll pass me in the gates of heaven, and him without sin cast the first stone. I don't judge anyone based on what they do, because you never know what brought them where they are now. Everyone got their own struggle. Respecting people's lives, they should learn to do so and stop discriminating us as gays. Thank you, writer. Thank you so much. And I cannot agree with your message more than that. I have to agree. I must agree with you. Because we all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. For those of you who like to quote the Bible to me, yes, it is in the Bible. Yes, it's a sin. Sex before marriage is a sin. Sex with someone else while you're married is a sin. Other acts that we do are sins. Simple lies are sins. We all have something that we have done or said That is a sin. And the writers did say, they pray to the Almighty for forgiveness, because the Lord knows. The Lord knows the reason for doing it. Yes? I have another message. That's the thing. We seem to choose the more aggressive ones because the one who really has our best interest at heart, they think they are clingy. Yes. Yes. And it is something that I see all the time. Something I see. The men who love us the most are the ones we treat the worst. And those who treat us the worst are the ones we love the most. Some stick to the men that respect you, that do everything for you, treat you well, give you everything to keep you happy. Don't settle for those that are going to disrespect you. And all they want is to put you in bed. Think of the good. Listen, understand. I am happy to be able to share my views. Quite a few messages coming in. Some are still coming in. We're live on Hits 92.1, 91.1 and GVD channel 115. It's only tonight I am live. I was just testing it on GVD for tonight. I'm happy. Somebody messaged to say that we look very good on GVD. We're live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. I'm on every Monday night for I Write, with all of the issues that we are experiencing in St. Lucia, whether it be the LGBT, abuse, spousal abuse. All of these are issues that this I Write program will be addressed. And we ask you, our listening public, to always tune in on a Monday night. Share your views. One day, you too will get the courage to come out and be brave enough to share your experience with the wider St. Lucia. This is Marvelous Moving with the program I Write. I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always being part of us. As we continue to monitor the weather, I could not stay home and not do my program. Hopefully my DJs are listening and they can join me now so they can play me some music. Hopefully they are here. So we want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for always being tuned in to Hits 92.1, 91.1, the Maximum Music Authority, and GVD, channel 115, for the program I Write. This is Movin signing out. You can send your messages still. I will still be here for a few more minutes so that I can speak about it and speak a little as I continue with tonight. We will be live throughout tonight for the weather. We will keep you informed of what is happening on our weather. Thank you. This is Movin signing out. Do have a wonderful evening. And again, I want to say thank you, Sheena Brown, Misha Brown, the executive director. You can shoot me a message on 519-6270. Send me a message. Just let me know what you think about our program tonight. Thank you and have a good night. This is Moving, signing out.
Baby, baby, you dey drive me crazy, Dis-moi, ça qu'a fait. Non, girl, I take my soul. Man, I live in la vie, I look baby. I don't need your love.